Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video day. And the Houston Astros beat the Boston Red Sox 8-4. Great win to start off this series, and the Astros get their 60th win of the season, 60-55, 3 wins in a row, and they are one more win away from being 500 record on the road this season, which I don't think at any point, and I could be wrong, I don't think at any point this year that the Astros have had a 500 record on the road. The Astros have been really good at home this year. They have a record of 32-26 at home, but I don't think at any point, and I could be wrong, have they had a record of 500 or over 500 on the road this year. But they can get with a record of 500 tomorrow with a win in Boston. And that game will be on FS1 tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So it's going to be an interesting game against the Boston Red Sox. But 8-4 is the final score against the Boston Red Sox. 16 hits for the Astros in this game. With that being said, that is 40 hits for the Astros in their last 3 games. The offense has been on a different level in these last 3 games. You know, it was a time point where the Astros could barely get their offense could barely get 5 hits in 3 games, maybe 6 hits in 3 games. But now in the last 3 games, after what we saw from this offense, they have been completely different. The last 3 games, they've scored 18 runs and 16 hits. And as much as I like to see the offense do good like this, when you see the offense do this good, unfortunately, we're going to see a couple games where they, their offense is not good. But, I like the Astros' chances tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure if the Red Sox have announced their starter yet, because I know they had their starter going into the series. They had their starter for today, Tanner Houck, who went out there and had a great outing. Didn't, give up too many runs, only gave up 1 run in 6 innings, which was a big problem for the Astros offense, I think, early on. Only gave up 4 hits. I mean, the innings, the later innings, 7, 8, and 9, were when the Astros lineup really got going. 12 hits for the Astros through innings 7 through 9. They had 7 runs as well in those 3 innings. So, he had a great outing, and then they also announced their starter on Sunday, but going into this series, they did not have their Saturday starter, so I'm not sure if they have got their Saturday starter yet. But Spencer Arrighetti is going to be on the mound for the Astros tomorrow. He's coming off one of his best outings of the season. Career high 12 strikeouts in 6 innings, only giving up 1 run against the Tampa Bay Rays. This Red Sox lineup is a little bit better than a lot better than the Tampa Bay Rays are, but still, it should be an interesting outing for Spencer Arrighetti tomorrow. As much as I'm excited for it, I do know that Spencer Arrighetti is a complete different pitcher on the road than he is at home. He's an outstanding pitcher at home, does a great job when pitching at Minute Maid Park, but when he pitches on the road, he's had a couple good outings on the road this year. One in Seattle that I remember. He's had one other good outing on the road this year with 10 starts on the road, but he's been terrible on the road this year as a rookie. But maybe that can change tomorrow against Boston. We'll see. Final score is 8-4. Astros get the win. 4 runs in the 7th inning, 3 runs in the 9th inning for the Astros. They're down 3-1. Starting in the 4th inning when the Red Sox took a 3-1 lead, and until the 7th inning, the Astros were down 3-1, so this was a nice comeback. The Astros have had bigger comebacks this year, but this was a nice one. And 16 hits for the team, like I mentioned, 6 for the Red Sox, 1 error for the Astros, but also 1 error for the Red Sox. How about this? This is big, and I love this story. Win goes to Caleb Ort. This is his first win with the Astros, so he's 1-0. He goes 1 1/3. He pitches for the Astros. He pitches it was the 6th inning, and then pitches the first out of the 7th inning, and against his former team. And if you did not know, he was terrible in Boston, and they let him go. They DFA'd him. He was terrible in Boston at a 6.27 ERA in 47 games from 2021 through 2023. And in those 47 games, he got to have 2 starts as well, 6.27 ERA. Now he's doing amazing with the Astros. This is his first win as an Astro, and he is now pitched in a total of 5 games for the Astros. And in those 5 games for the Astros, he has pitched 8 innings, giving up only, it's like 1 run. It's 1 or 2 runs he's given up. His ERA is at 1.13 for the Astros with 12 strikeouts in 8 innings. 3 strikeouts today, 1 1/3, 3 strikeouts. So, but how about his first win with the Houston Astros, his second team of his career, being against his former team, the Boston Red Sox? You love to see it. Loss goes to Lucas Sims. He's 1-5 on the year now. He gave up 4 runs in the 7th inning with a strikeout. He only got 1 out in that inning, though. Scoring summary: Astros got the scoring early, and Alvarez grounded into a double play, first to shortstop to pitcher. Altuve scored. Bregman out at second. It's 1-0. Then the second inning, Hamilton would double to center. Rafaela scored, and Sogard scored. It's 2-1. Sogard scored on pickoff pitch error by Renel Blanco. He really struggled today. Hamilton picked off third. It's 3-1. 7th inning, Jose Altuve hits his first home run in almost a month. July 12th was the last time we saw Jose Altuve homer, and it was against Jose Urena against the Texas Rangers. But Jose Altuve has finally hit another home run to left, 397 feet. Jake Myers scores, and it's 3-3. Great job for Jose Altuve to tie the game for the Astros. But the Astros were not done in that 7th inning, because after that Altuve home run, Bregman and Yainer, Diaz and Yordan Alvarez lead the next run for John Singleton and Jeremy Pena to get opportunities to bring in runs. Alex Bregman started that off with a single to left. Then Yordan Alvarez would reach on an infield single. And then we would see Yainer Diaz have a single to left that would load the bases. And then John Singleton hits a single to center. Bregman scored, bases remain loaded, and it's 4-3. But then Jeremy Pena with a single to center. Alvarez scored, Singleton to second. It's 5-3. 9th inning, fast forward to the 9th inning, it was double central for the Astros. Alex Bregman hits a double, then Yordan Alvarez hits a double to right, 6-3. Then the 9th inning, how about Yainer Diaz sends one 448 feet to left center. Chas McCormick scores, and it's 8-3. Then in the 9th inning, the Red Sox do cut the lead down to 4 as Devers grounds into a fielder's choice to third. Duran scored, and Rife Snyder out at third to make it 8-4. All right, Jose Altuve went 1-for-4 today. He scored 2 runs with 1 home run and 2 RBIs. He had that home run. He had a first-inning walk, which was how he scored 2 runs. So he reached twice today, but went 1-for-4. Bregman was fantastic. This is vintage Mr. August for the Astros. 3-for-4, first-inning single to center. Altuve to third. Third-inning walk. 5th inning grounded into fielder's choice. Then a 7th inning single to left and a 9th inning double to left. It's 2 runs for Breggy. Then 2-for-4, Yordan Alvarez. 1 run scored, 1 RBI. His first 2 at-bats, he had ground outs. Grounded into a double play, grounded into fielder's choice. And then the 5th inning, he was intentionally walked. Bregman to second, which wasn't a terrible decision. Then in the 7th inning, he reached on an infield single to second, Bregman to second. And then in the 9th, he did a double to right, Bregman scored. So great day for Yordan. When Yordan had the 9th inning double, they brought in Chas McCormick as a pinch runner, and he ended up scoring a run for the Astros when Yainer Diaz hit the home run. Speaking of Yainer Diaz, he went 2-for-5. His first 3 at-bats were terrible, but he was facing a really good pitcher. He had 2 ground outs, 1 to third, 1 to shortstop, and a fly out to center. But then his next at-bats, a 7th inning single to left that loaded the bases, which would lead to more runs thanks to John Singleton and Jeremy Pena, and then a 2-run home run to the monster, 448 feet. Love to see it. John Singleton, 2 for 5. Again, his first 2 at-bats were not good with a pop-out and a fly-out to center. That's the Tanner Howe effect. But then in the 6th inning, in the 7th inning, he would a single to center and a RBI single in the 7th to center as well. 2 for 5 day for the DH. Don't hear that often. John Singleton. Jeremy Pena, he's done this a couple times, but he's going to continue to do it. 3 for 5 day for Jeremy Pena. Started off with an infield single in the 4th inning. Well, it really started off with a grounded to third, then an infield single. Then he had a grounded into fielder's choice to pitcher. John Singleton out at second. So he did reach base there. And in the 7th inning, he singled to center. Altuve scored for an RBI. In the 9th inning, he singled to left. All right, rookie Zach DeZinzo playing first base today. Was 1 for 5. He reached base in his first at-bat, was safe at first on fielding error by Hamilton, struck out looking in his fourth inning at-bat. Although, good thing about Zach DeZinzo so far, for a rookie, he's been a guy who doesn't strike out often. 11 at-bats. He has 3 hits so far. He's only struck out twice. So 8 at-bats where we've seen him not reach base. And in those 8 at-bats, where he's unable to get a hit, only 2 strikeouts. That's a strikeout percentage of 16%, which is viewed as above average. In the 6th inning, he grounded into a double play, which is not a good thing, and he grounded into another double play in the 7th inning. So obviously those aren't good things right there, but he's a rookie. But then in the 9th inning, he singled to center. They got Pena to second. The Astros were able to get some hits even after the Yainer Diaz home run. They weren't able to score again in the 9th inning, but they're getting some other hits. So love to see it from Zach DeZinzo in the 9th inning, getting a hit, his 3rd of his career, 2nd single. Jake Myers went 2 for 5 in this game. He had a triple. That's not Jake's first triple of the year, but I think that's the 2nd of the year. I might be wrong. Triple to center for Jake in the 7th inning, and then a 5th inning single to center. His other at-bats were 1 fly out and ran into a fielder's choice, and also 9th inning rounded out to shortstop. Dubon was 0 for 4 today. He was hit by pitch in the 5th inning. He grounded out to shortstop in the 3rd, struck out in the 7th and the 8th, and fouled out the 1st in the 9th. With Dubon struggling in this game, I'd like to see Pedro Leon in the lineup tomorrow, potentially. Let's go to the pitching. Ronel Blanco really struggled. The main thing has been his high pitches so far. We reached, these last 2 outings before this, we've seen some high pitches against the Rays and the Dodgers where he's not able to go as longer. With how much he's pitched this year, it's not surprising me that he's throwing more pitches in shorter outings. Really shows how much, he might be tired right now for this Astros rotation, but he went 4 innings. He gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. So it's not like it was a bad game. It's just another outing where he's not able to go 5 or 6 innings because of his high pitch count at 88 pitches in only 4 innings. I know 88 pitches is not a high pitch count, but in 4 innings it sure is. Brian King would replace him in the 5th inning, and he looked pretty good. He went the 5th and got a strikeout, didn't give up a hit or walk or earned run. Caleb Ward, like I already mentioned, pitched the 6th and got the first out of the 7th inning, and he had 3 strikeouts, didn't give up a hit, an earned run, or a walk. Funny thing is the Astros used 3 different pitchers to get all 3 outs in that inning, in that 7th inning. Caleb Ferguson would try to get that 2nd out, did give up a hit and a walk, but had a strikeout. Finally got that out. Taylor Scott would pitch the 9th. Taylor Scott would pitch that last out, and he'd give up a walk and get a strikeout. So he also had some trouble getting that last out in the 7th inning. Red Sox put some pressure on the Astros in that 7th inning, even though they didn't score any runs in the 7th. Or did they? No, they didn't score any runs in that 7th inning. Then Brian Braywood pitched the 8th inning. He gave up 1 hit with 1 walk, 1 strikeout. The Astros gave up a lot of walks in this game. Blanco gave up 3 walks, and then the bullpen gave up a total of 5. But he gave up a walk and a hit, but still got a strikeout, didn't give up a run. Presley would end up pitching the 9th, gave up an earned run, even though he didn't give up a hit. but gave up 2 walks. Look, the walks were a big problem in this game for the Astros. Presley didn't even give up a hit, but still managed to give up an earned run and 2 walks. So yeah, I mean, the walks were a big problem. I hope the Astros can fix those 2 things tomorrow. And I don't know if that will happen when Spencer Arrighetti is a pitcher who gives up a lot of walks, and that's something you're going to get from a rookie. So let me know your thoughts on the Astros getting the win 8-4. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out. Go Astros.